Good morning, good morning. We're gonna run out to the irrigated field here the first thing this morning to check on our injection pump, or really I want to see if my fertilizer tank is empty. It was getting down there yesterday. It's probably not quite empty, but I want to know if it's down from where it was. Although that flow meter was working for a while last night, and now it's not again, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. But we had a few sprinkles already this morning. Not enough to slow us down, I don't think. But there's rain to the west. Whether it gets here or not, we'll see. It might dissipate before it gets here. Let's hope so we can combine wheat today. And I think we'll get some equipment moved this morning later. I don't know, we'll kind of watch that rain, but hopefully we'll have a big day combining wheat today. Our tank is empty. That's good. That means it's been putting it on even though the flow meter's not registering. So 100% know that we're getting the right rate, but hey, we're putting fertilizer on. We're gonna go fill her up again. You see that? See those little brown specks? Those are spider mites. That is an extremely zoomed in view of the back of a soybean leaf. I had noticed this little spot here along the road that our beans don't look so hot. And I know what that is. That is spider mites. Happen along the edges of fields, along the grass, when it gets dry. They start in and then they just expand from there. First I've seen them. Not a big spot, not cause for concern yet, but if it doesn't rain soon, it will be. So we're up right by our irrigated field. The irrigated corn's across the ditch over there. In fact, the rain machine is right there. We have not caught the rain here. Like literally in the last 2 weeks we've had, I guess we did have the ½ inch on Monday, but we missed the big rain before that. We only got 2/10 instead of 1 3 inches that we had at the farm. So we've had less than 1 inch in the last at least 3 weeks. And it's starting to get dry. I mean, we're not desperate, but it's starting to get pretty dry. That's why we've been pumping water solid for almost 3 weeks now. And yeah, some of the beans have some spider mites. When it gets dry, the concentration of the juices and stuff in those plants changes. Spider mites like that, and they start attacking the beans. So they're a mite, not an insect, which means that we can't really spray insecticide on them. You have to use the right kind of insecticide or a miticide to control them. I happen to have some of that. Would be worth loading up a tank in the drone and flying up there and spraying them, I suppose. So there's still a rain band coming across northern Indiana that we're deciding whether or not it's going to hit us. But I think we're going to start moving equipment. We've got a 10-mile move to make to get to the next group of wheat fields where we're going to harvest, and we'd like to do that before we could actually be combining in the mornings here. So we're going to go move the combine in the head, come back and see what things look like, and then maybe we'll take the cart down there, but we might as well move it. The head dropped off here. And clean our feeder house off. I wiped the windows down with my duster there. And we'll make our move. Made it down here. Our lane is barely wide enough to get the combine in without running over wheat. We'll make it. Got the head back here. We got a little clearing in the back here where we can hook up and everything. And wouldn't you know it, you probably can't see them, but there's a few raindrops on the windshield. So I don't know if we're going to go today or not. We'll see what happens with this. We got some more stuff to move. It's going to be a little while before we get started. It'd be really awesome if the sun came out, but we'll see. And now we run a cart down there. Check the oil here. Well, we made it down here. The neighbor's over there. Do you see that? They were combining a second ago. I don't know if he's just opening up the field enough to get their equipment off the road or if they're actually going to get started here. But there's rain on its way. I think we are going to wait until after this rainstorm passes and see what we get out of it. So this is the longest road trip that we have made on our new track. And I didn't go over 15 miles an hour because I was not in a hurry. But dang, that gets hot. I can hold my hand on there, but it's hot. The guide lugs are okay. The alignment's fine, but it's the flats of these tracks. That's really hot. And there's no weight on it. I mean, it's just the tongue weight from the cart, but there's nothing in it. It's fairly balanced, so yeah. We were not over 10 miles. We were right at 9 or so, so it's within the limits, but Yeah, I don't like that. Looks like we're gonna get just a little bit of rain here. It is, it's about noon. I'm gonna grab some lunch. We're gonna see what happens with this rain, and then probably not go combine wheat because it's gonna rain. Well, we got our rain. We had maybe 1/10 of an inch. I don't know. It wasn't a lot. Probably enough to keep us from combining some wheat, at least for a while. If the sun comes out, maybe in a few hours we could go try it. I don't know. While we were moving equipment this morning, I had the last one of my customers that had boxes and stuff, dropped them off. Didn't know they were coming. I've called the guy a bunch of times this week trying to go pick them up, and they just showed up here, so that's good. That's good. In my fertilizer tank refilled, and we're going to start working on that. I had this shuttle here that's, it's not actually humic acid, it's rinsate from a couple of shuttles that I've rinsed into that one. It is 95% water. But this is where we're going to use it up, so I'm draining that into here. I've got some ATS coming, so our ATS, ammonium thiosol, tank is empty. It's not something you really want to store through the winter, and so I don't buy a lot of extra. And I used it all up when we were planting, or just finished up planting, so that tank is empty. So I actually got somebody bringing me 500 gallons of that. We're going to use a little bit of that, and then a bunch of 28, which that tank doesn't have very much in it either. And fill this back up, but I want to use up some of this rinsate stuff. I got another shuttle in the barn that sort of needs to get used too, but we'll probably just put this one in. We'll let it drain in there, rinse it out with a hose pretty good, and then we'll fill the tank up the rest of the way with 28 and ATS. Got our tank up here. Machine's right there. And I just started back up. I had shut it down when it rained earlier, but that was not enough, so 2 hours later, we're starting to back up. There goes our well. Flip this back to auto. And there's our injection pump. See if it actually reads anything once it gets back going here. We got some pressure. Alright, we'll let that go. Let's go check out the machine since it's close. Well, let's captain my ship here for a minute. You can see the corn's rolling up a little bit. It needs the water. Looks better over there. I imagine our check strip, which is quite a ways down there, is even worse. But we're putting water on right now. That's going to get better. 5 days. Actually, we modified the paths a little bit. Probably can cover the field in 4.5 days now, so we'll get over it a little quicker, but it's borderline whether we're getting enough water fast enough when it doesn't rain at all. But we got to get some supplemental rain. Like, this isn't designed to provide all of the water to this crop. It never has been. And this is the sand ridge across the front half of this field. If you look in the back over there more, it's not rolled up near as much. And this isn't really bad yet, so all good. Let's crawl out of boom a little bit. Look at the water dropping. This is dangerous, folks. Don't do this. This is probably why companies are a little hesitant to sponsor me sometimes, because I do stupid stuff like this and show their products being used not like they're supposed to. But you can see our water drop down there. Now you can't see it. I can see it. It's dropping water right down on the base of the plants. It's beautiful. Oh, it's awesome. So we just gotta get the angles. It's all about angles. Pictures here. Dang social media farmers. When the TikTok blew up here a month and a half ago, nobody could understand how this thing was gonna get through tall corn. Well, this is how it goes through tall corn. We've got like 7 foot of clearance to the fuel tanks. The corn just kind of bends over as it goes under there. Tires run down between the rows. The front steer tire and the main hose in the middle go down between the rows. It's got side shields to kind of push those rows out of the way a little bit. Nothing gets run over. It's totally fine. Right there in the middle of the screen, I see a rogue tassel just starting to tassel up here. There's a few if you look real hard. But this is 114-day corn right here. It is full season compared to the 103-day that we have found tasseling in other places. So we expect it to take a little bit longer. But the next 2 weeks here, this corn's gonna tassel, and it is critical timing We've got to keep this rain machine moving, get as much water on as we can. We've got to keep the nitrogen and sulfur going on, and an inch of rain would make a world of difference for us, just in helping to keep up. Look right there. We got another one, a little farther along. So, overall, I'm really happy with the corn crop, but we could sure use some rain on it right here. Now, so we're on the first pass next to my riser up here. The pass right next to us, which is not curled up near as much, got watered more recently. Not like yesterday, but more recently. In fact, that one there, which is also not curled up as bad, may have gotten watered this morning. Let me look at the other phone. Yeah, for sure. So we're the blue dot there, and the hose is the green line. Starts right here, goes up there, goes all the way down. One of the rows over there, goes across the ends, and then we made the turn back up there by the well, and we're coming back out towards the riser because it cannot make that turn that sharp from the riser. See, the riser is up there where that little bit of light yellow corn is because it didn't get any nitrogen. That's where the hose starts at. It's essentially making a big loop. But all of these blue lines here, that way, got watered either last night or this morning. And so it's just this one pass here that does look worse, that hasn't gotten water yet. That got watered, but it was like 3 days ago, maybe 4 days ago, because it's going to keep working its way to the north, do all of the rest of this out to the road, and then come back and start right here and work its way to the south and work back that way. So that's pretty good. I'm happy with the job the machine is doing. Now, do I ride this out and then all the way back in, or do I just get off and walk it? I guess I'll walk it. I love it. I love that. It is about 4:30, and we are gonna go try and combine wheat. I don't know if this is gonna go well or not. It's really humid. It rained earlier, but the sun has been out. Maybe it'll go. I doubt the wheat's dry, but the straw might be dry, so we'll try it. Sun's out. Let's see what happens here. We gotta get some wheat run to create some room. I got 2 semis coming and grain carts back here, combine, a bean head cart. We got all kinds of stuff. We need some room. Well, I did enough to get up here and get some room so we can get the truck spun around up on the lane here. Dad's gonna run combine. I've only got about an hour and a half. Oh, look, the neighbor just fired up. That's funny. That right there is funny. I don't think that he saw us come and then's like, oh, guess we can go. But I've literally been here for 10 minutes and now the neighbor is running, and that's quite a coincidence. Anyway, I got about an hour and a half before I gotta go. My boy's got a baseball game tonight, all-star tournament, and I'm gonna go. We won't need to run the grain cart here, I don't think, although this pass here was pretty dang good wheat, so we'll see once we get everything opened up. According to the combine, it was like 15% moisture. I have a really hard time believing that, but I suppose it is possible that we didn't get enough rain here to actually soak into the heads, and it just kind of bounced off the outside of the husk and didn't really get the grain wet. That's possible. Let's go. If this is really 14 and a half, this is good. So we can get done. Dad's gonna work down to the back ends. We've got 220 acres, all this across the road. There's a piece around a corner over there that kind of butts up to it. And all this on this side. We're gonna be here for a couple of days. Weather dependent, we may be here for a week. We'll see. What is today? Today's the 11th. We started on the 4th. Is it Friday? So it's only been a week since wheat harvest started. But we're only half done. It feels like wheat harvest is starting to drag on and getting really drawn out. Like normally a week to 10 days and we're done. And we're a week in and we're not half done yet. Or we're right at half done. So I don't know. It's all right. It just like we got to get some decent stretch of weather and go. And the thing is, we haven't even gotten good rain. Like, it would be fine if we would have gotten good rain for the corn and beans, but most of them have just been little rains that aren't adding up and not enough for us to do good on the corn and bean side, but too much to do any wheat harvest. Oh, look at him with his fancy electric tarp. One truck out of here. So I didn't think this was going to be a big deal for me to go to this baseball game and for, you know, Dad to just run the combine, but turns out he's not going to be able to make rounds here. This wheat is too good and too long rows. Oh, that's awesome. Just roll it as you go. He's going to love that. So we'll see how many of the long rows here we can get done before I got to leave in like 45 minutes. And then, I don't know, they'll have to do what they have to do. They can jump over that other field on the other side of the lane is shorter. He can probably do that one. We'll get some of this done, but whatever, it is what it is. So using my John Deere Ops Center app here, I can pull up some data. We'll get this to focus here. And you can see where the combine's at there and the fact that he's covering 12 acres an hour. Let's see, what happens if I click on the settings button here? No, that's not what we want. Somewhere I can change what that says. Give me a second. There we go. We got it changed over to yield. Now that's not live, but it's nearly live. That'll do. And you can see the portion of the yield map in the background there. If I click on that field and drag this up, there we go. We've got 9.2 acres done. 125 is pretty good average. That's pretty good average. 15 moisture. Okay. This is pretty good wheat. Alright, well, we got a fair bit done here. Oh, look, there's a truck back. Cool. It is time for me to go, though. I got a baseball game to get to. So, they're going to go work in some shorter rows, I think. It's hot out today. Humid. I looked at the test loads on that first truck that Phil took back. It was 15 and a half and 16. So, it's not bad for starting. I don't know if it'll dry much, but it's all right. I'm going to go to a baseball game. We might be back here later. I don't know if they'll still be running by the time I get back or not. Well, we're just getting back from the baseball game, and right there's our semi. Phil, they just quit, and we're heading home. So, no reason to pull in there. Dad got this other field done. Did good. We got a good start on it. So, we'll see if we get rain tonight, tomorrow. Hopefully, we can come back tomorrow and knock a bunch of acres out here. Thanks for watching today, guys. Have a great weekend. We'll probably be working tomorrow, make a video. It sort of depends on the rain and that situation. They're calling for rain tomorrow. Chance in the morning, more chances in the afternoon. But hot, humid. We'll combine wheat if we can. Hopefully we will be able to. It's really, really good wheat over there, so I want to get it out as quickly as possible. I, unfortunately, however you want to look at it, have more baseball games tomorrow. So they play at 12:30 and then probably at 2:15 again tomorrow. So, yeah. I'm going to be gone for a significant portion of the day, but should be back around. I'm going to try and do a live stream sometime this weekend on the YouTubes here, either Saturday, tomorrow afternoon, evening, or Sunday afternoon, depending on harvest and schedules and where I'm at and what I'm doing and all that kind of stuff. So keep an eye out for that. We'll probably do one on TikTok as well. So if you're following me over there, watch for that. But I have no idea when or what time. And those, you just kind of pop up. So don't forget the Farm Focus sale. Goes for another week yet. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe. See you guys later.